Oh, right. This is an add-on to the previous one. No, they were showing they feed on souls. They feed on souls because they don't have a soul, right? Remember, they don't know how to cultivate their interior. They only know how to prop themselves up from the exterior. And so they take, and, they're greedy. And so it's the idea of like taking others' souls to keep them alive and well and thriving in this world. It is this idea, it is this mentality, it is this understanding. And so, how much are you willing to sell your soul for? Many people, again, don't realize they sell it in a split second. And, yeah, God, it is, sorry, I keep coming on to tell you more, and then they... Sorry, Yipper usually woke me up for this. But what was they're feeding on the souls. And so it's like they need you. It's like they want you to awaken to a certain degree because then your soul is that much more delicious. And then it keeps you here, and it keeps that monster machine alive. So it's like to kill the monster machine from surviving and thriving, people have to get back in alignment with themselves and stay there, right? Instead of being enticed away. But it is a fine line in a dance, right? Of which you have to, it really is like you have to figure it out on your own. Not out of a cruel thing. It's really not. It's out of like, otherwise, it's the idea of, it's like I give you a fish, but then you feed for a day and then you're fucked again. It's like you have to learn how to fish so that you can always feed yourself, because not everybody's always going to be around. What are you going to do when nobody's around? How are you going to be able to feed yourself? Nobody's there to give you a fish. What the fuck are you going to do? But if you learned how to fish, then you can figure it the fuck out. And you can go fishing. And so it's this idea where it's like it's not meant to be cruel, because it can be challenging and difficult to figure these things out. But it's more of like, it's so you can think for yourself. And so then you can, if you can think for yourself, you can choose for yourself. And so, it's the idea of you have to unravel all the beliefs that were tossed upon you. It's all the lies and ties and chains weighing you down, but you don't realize it. Like I really believe that. I really believe there's so many people that are walking around totally unconscious to the fact that they are being led, and they are on a chain and a leash and a tie, and they are clueless. Really, all of us are to a degree. Really, if you think about it, all of us are. I mean, what you're eating, where you're living, what you're wearing, what you're doing, all these things, because we're under beliefs that are implying, but we have to. And we can go on and on with that, but it's like the machine is dependent upon you continuing to fall in line. And it's not necessarily bad. I mean, it is keeping a lot of people. It's like they look at it like they're running on the rat wheel, right? The rat race. And yet a lot of them are actually happy doing it. They're happy to have. And that's why it's like, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a choice, but when you realize you're choosing it, I feel like people can be happier choosing it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like if you had all the ties and lies stripped off of you and you could choose different things, I think a lot of times people will be like, oh, I actually am happy with this rat race. I just was used to bitching about the rat race. And then when they're awoken to it and they get all the choices, they're like, oh, I actually want. And they feel better. And so now they no longer need to call it a rat race. Like, first off, let's change your verbiage and language around what it is you're doing. Right? So then you actually are happier. And so, sometimes you don't have to make any changes externally and all the changes internally. I mean, I think that's the case always, but that can make all the difference in the world, right? How you're framing it, how you're seeing it, how you're understanding it. And again, I do think that is a fine line, because I think a lot of people understand that concept to a degree, in that they are happy to just quickly slap on the pretty picture. And it's like, oh, no, that's not what I mean. That's not an actual internal shift at all. So you slapping a nice coating to make it pretty is going to build anger and resentment and seething all inside of you. You can only fake that shit for so long, but you're then the monster as well, because you're not operating from truth and purity. So you're still creating a monster inside of you when you just slap a pretty picture on it and pretend all is well. And we're just going to pretend it's well because then I'm going to be happier. No, that's not what I mean at all. Not at all. And you'll quickly feel that and continue to be the monster, just in a different version, different flavor, different color, whatever you want to say. But you're not changing shit. Doing that internal work is real. You got to put in the time and the effort. And you had no problem putting in the time and the effort to be the monster you are, because it's easier to slip and slide that way. And so, yeah. Okay, anyway.
Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.